So on the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, we give you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 tricks that I use in my own portfolio at 10minutestocktrader.com. This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast brought to you by 10minutestocktrader.com, where we give you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance by Redwood Media Group, founder and head trader of 10minutestocktrader.com, Christopher Ewell. Hey there, 10-minute traders, and welcome back to the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast. Hey, do me a favor real quick before we get started. Make sure you like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you never miss any of the tools, tips, and tricks that we upload every single week to help you trade faster and trade smarter. Now, today, we're going to cover 3 tricks that I use. You can call them tricks, you can call them habits, you can call them things that I've learned that I want to share with you guys along the way. So, here's 3 of them, and I've been promising to keep these episodes shorter with these segments here, but I've really been failing. So I'm actually going to start a stopwatch here on my iPad, and we're going to do 90 seconds or less per. And that means I got to do my best work to explain it in 90 seconds. So here we go. Ready? Okay, the first thing that I want to use as a trick for you guys is a GTC order. Good till canceled. Now, if you are entering a trade, this is not exactly what I would use. I would use a limit order. Limit order meaning that if I'm going to buy something for $1, I'm not going to pay $1.50. I'm not going to pay 50 cents. I'm going to pay $1 or better, right? If I'm buying it, I want it to be less. If I'm selling it, I want it to be more. So a limit order is very useful whenever you're entering a trade. I would not use a GTC order for entry. GTC, like I said, is good till canceled. So that means if you put it on Friday and on Tuesday something finally hits your GTC price, it's going to execute that. The market may have shifted. However, where I want to go with that is that if you are closing the trade, a GTC order is your best friend. And that's what I use at 10minutestocktrader.com because I only look at my portfolio for about 10 minutes a day. The way I use GTC orders in that way is I have a profit target. When that profit target is hit, the order executes, I'm out. That's how a GTC order works whenever you're putting a closing trade in. You can step away, you can walk away, you can be a 10-minute trader like me, and you don't have to worry about the trade not being executed at your profit target. It will do it for you no matter what. No matter if you're out of your system, if you're on the beach or drinking whatever, anywhere, right? So anyway, that was 93 seconds. We're going to reset this. Our second trick of the day is deltas. Now, I've talked about deltas many times, and if you're an options trader, you know all about deltas. Delta is the #1 most important Greek, most important metric within options pricing. How I use deltas is actually severalfold here. So first, putting on a position. If I'm selling something that has a 50 delta, I know there's a 50-50 chance of it being a winner. If I'm selling something that's a 30 delta, I know there's a 30% chance of it being a loser, 70% chance of being a winner. So real quick, right off the bat right there, if you're looking at order entry, look at deltas to give you an approximate probability of profit. And the lower something that you're selling, the higher probability that the seller will make money. So that's the first way that I use it on order entry. Second is position, right? If it's already in my portfolio, then I can tell how much risk I have on. If that delta has grown from 30 to 50, I now have more risk than I did when it was at 30. Okay? So I still have a high probability of trade when I put it on, but now the market has shifted. Now that risk has come more towards me, and I want to be able to make sure that I'm mitigating all the risk I can, and looking at delta in that way is the easiest way to do so. And finally, on the portfolio, we have a beta weighted delta. That will give you an idea of how much risk you have to the market. If it's beta weighted to the S&P 500 and you have, let's call it positive 10 deltas, that means that as the S&P 500 moves up $1, your portfolio should move up $10. But the inverse is true. If your portfolio is a positive 10 delta and the S&P moves down $1, hey, you just lost $10 in your portfolio. So that gives you a portfolio risk metric there with a beta weighted delta. That was 1:55. I'm trying here. This is hard. I could talk about this stuff all day long. So this is good for me to try and limit myself. Okay, final trick of the day. Are you ready? Hey, do you trade options like I do? Then you don't want to skip this. You want to pay attention. I just found the very best options trading platform out there, and I want to tell you all about them. I bet you feel like you're never satisfied with your current options broker, right? Anytime you want to get help, anytime you call them, anytime you email them, you never actually get to talk to a human. And you need to talk to somebody because their platform is so difficult to use. I mean, you've got to go through all these different screens just to place a single trade. And then on top of that, their commissions are eating you alive. You can't even make money because the commissions cost more than your profits. My name's Christopher Ewell, and I was awarded one of the top 100 people in finance, and I'm also the host of the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast. And Tastyworks is the platform that I use and I recommend. Yeah, I know they got a funny name, but you're going to want to learn more about this platform. It was built by options traders for options traders. So if you're an options trader, you definitely want to check out Tastyworks. It was built on the back of high frequency trading technology. So you're going to be getting close to the best fills possible. And on top of that, their commission structure, it's almost unbeatable. It's only $1 per leg to open a trade and $0 per leg to close a trade. So click the link to check out Tastyworks today and use the code 10MINUTE, that's 10MINUTE, to get over $150 in free 10-minute trader exclusive bonuses just for signing up for a Tastyworks account. It really doesn't get easier than that. You're going to get the best platform that I've ever used, and you're going to get free bonuses from 10minutestocktrader.com. So make sure you check out Tastyworks and use the code 10MINUTE, and you'll be just as blown away as I was by Tastyworks and their options trading platform built by traders for traders. The 520 exponential moving average. If you go read Steve Burns' book, 50 moving average signals that beat, buy, and hold, he really hits hard on the 5 and 20 exponential moving average. And it's one that I use. And it's one that I send out to the platinum members at 10minutestocktrader.com. Hey, this has crossed the 5 and 20. I'm looking at it for a long position or a short position, whatever the case is. Now, why 5 and 20? Think of it this way. The 5 exponential moving average is what the price has done over the last week, last 5 trading days. There's about 4 weeks in a month. 4 times 5 is 20. So what we're saying here is what's happened over the last week has changed versus what's happened over the last month. Okay, that's why the 5 and 20 is key here, right? So if you've got the 5 exponential moving average and it's crossed below the 20 exponential moving average, that means in the last week, buyers and sellers have decided they are liquidating this position, they are short selling this position, they are getting out of this position versus over the last month. That's what you got to have as the takeaway here, is that everything that's happened over the last week is contrary to what's happened to the last month. Now, if they're moving together, if they're moving in tandem, then it's just status quo. They're moving together. But when they cross over, right, that means in the last week, things have changed. The sentiment has shifted. So that's another trick that I use. That's 90 seconds right there. Boom. That's another trick that I use pretty much every day when I'm hunting for trades. So there you go. I did my very best to keep these to 90 seconds. I wanted to do a minute, and I was like, I don't know if I can do a minute because I can talk a lot. And I appreciate you guys listening to me, right? So for this week, that covers tools, tips, and tricks, right? That's what I wanted to bring to you guys, is that I don't just make this stuff up. I'm not a theoretical trader. I'm not a paper trader. I literally trade as much as I possibly can, but I only want to be in my portfolio for about 10 minutes a day. And honestly, I don't know what your trading style looks like, but for me, I got a life to live. I'm building businesses. I want to spend time with my family. The last thing I want to do is stare at charts all day long. It's not fun. It's really stressful. But if I can use some of my tools, tips, and tricks that I've shared with you and that I share with all the members at 10minutestocktrader.com, then it allows me to live my life. And if you guys are interested in me sending you trade alerts whenever I put things on, because I'm only looking at, honestly, the only time I look at my platform is the last hour of the day. That's it. Because I got those GTC orders in, so if it hits my profit target, I'm out. I don't have to worry about it, right? And I'm looking at the end of day prices for all these 5 and 20s and other signals that I use. So the only time of the day I'm actually looking at my portfolio is from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's it. So hey, if you found this useful at all, please be sure you like and subscribe and enable notifications. And honestly, thank you so much for listening to today's How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, where we give you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter. And I'll see you on the next episode. Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast. I know you're a listener, but are you a watcher? Make sure you head on over to YouTube, type in 10-Minute Stock Trader, and subscribe to the 10minutestocktrader.com YouTube channel. Every week, I upload all the podcasts as full videos, and that way you're getting the full 10-minute trading experience. That way you can have all the tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter. Make sure you subscribe to whatever podcast app you're listening to, and leave me a 5-star review if you don't mind. That would be fantastic. And whenever you're done with that, head on over to 10minutestocktrader.com and download the 1-minute options trading quick start guide. It'll give you all the tools, tips, and tricks that I use in my own portfolio, and it never gets outdated, and it will apply to every single options trade out there. So I think it'll be pretty useful for you. And while you're there, check out the free portfolio page. That'll show you everything that I've traded over the last year in full transparency. And since you're on the website already, check out the free trading course. In this free trading course, I give you every single thing that I know and use in my own portfolio, and I definitely think it'll help you out too. And then, after you're done there, head on over to tastyworks.com and sign up using the code 10MINUTE, that's 10MINUTE, and I'll send you over $150 in free 10-Minute Trader exclusive bonuses from 10minutestocktrader.com. And most of all, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your day. I really appreciate the fact that you and I have connected today and that you've chosen to put me inside your earbuds. That means the absolute world to me. And thank you so much for stopping by. 10minutestocktrader.com content is for information and educational purposes only. It is not, nor is it intended to be, trading or investment advice or recommendation that any security, futures contract, options contract, transaction, or other financial instrument or strategy is suitable for any person. Trading securities can involve high risk and the potential for total loss of any funds invested. 10minutestocktrader.com and Christopher Uhl, through its content, financial programming, or otherwise, does not provide investment or financial advice or make investment recommendations. Investment information provided may not be suitable for all investors and is provided without respect to the individual investors and audience's financial sophistication, financial situation, investing time horizon, or risk tolerance. 10minutestocktrader.com and Christopher Uhl are not in the business of trading securities trades, nor does it direct client commodity accounts or give commodity trading advice tailored to any particular client situation or investment objectives. 10minutestocktrader.com and Christopher Uhl are not licensed financial advisors, registered investment advisors, or registered broker-dealers. Stocks, options, futures options, and other financial instruments not included here involve risk and are not suitable for all investors. You alone are responsible for making your investment and financial trading decisions, and for evaluating the merits and risks associated with the use of any financial security and broker platform. For more information, please visit 10minutestocktrader.com/legal. And thanks for stopping by.